Hey guys, what's going on? James here, and in this video today, we're going to be previewing the Tampa Bay Buccaneers matchup versus the Indianapolis Colts. Let's go ahead and dive right into it because this is being filmed pretty late at night. And the Indianapolis Colts are a pretty interesting team so far this year. They are coming in with a record of 5-5, have had a bit of an up and down year. Their previous starting quarterback, Anthony Richardson, who a lot of people wanted on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, is out for this year, so the Bucs are facing a familiar face as the Colts quarterback. It is Gardner Minshew, who last time faced the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I believe he was with the Jacksonville Jaguars, and the Buccaneers were able to get a win in that situation. But the Colts are a team that has been pretty up and down so far this year in terms of overall efficiency and what they have been able to do. You take a look, they're 5-5. They're 9th in points for, 26th in points against. So definitely an offense that can score some points, but a defense that gives up some points also. You have a lot of interesting guys here. Jim Bob Cooter is the offensive coordinator, a guy that was considered for the Buccaneers offensive coordinator position, by the way. On the offensive side of things, you have a lot of different guys here. You obviously have the quarterback that we just mentioned. You have Gardner Minshew so far this year. He has 8 touchdowns to 6 interceptions, 1,721 passing yards. Rushing-wise, now the main bulk has been Zach Moss due to Jonathan Taylor dealing with injury throughout this year. And I will say, Zach Moss has done pretty well this year. 4.6 yards per attempt, 617 yards, and 5 touchdowns. Jonathan Taylor is still getting into the swing of things. He is obviously still the main threat of this Indianapolis Colts offense. 85 carries, 323 yards, good for 3.8 yards per attempt, but he is still getting worked into the offense as a whole. Also, Gardner Minshew has 2 rushing touchdowns this year. In terms of overall receiving targets, we got to talk about Michael Pittman Jr., who a lot of Bucs fans are going to be familiar with. He is the son of Buccaneer great Michael Pittman, and he's been the leading receiver this year. 98 targets, 677 receiving yards, 3 receiving touchdowns. One guy you can't really forget about, though, is Josh Downs, the rookie wide receiver. 60 targets, 43 catches. He also has 523 receiving yards and 2 receiving touchdowns. That has been the 2 main offensive receiving targets for the Colts so far this year. I bring them up because Jamel Dean is out. You also have Levante David dealing with an injury. That's why Zach Moss and Jonathan Taylor matter for this offense. You've got Carlton Davis, who is possibly going to be out, may possibly play. He's questionable. That'll be a game time decision. Point being is that this is a banged up Buccaneers defense, so you have to be wary of these options. Michael Pittman Jr. can burn you for some big plays. Josh Downs can burn you for some big plays if you're not careful. Zach Moss and Jonathan Taylor are a good running back duo, and your best linebacker isn't there now. This is an offense that you cannot sleep on, that can certainly take advantage of some opportunities if you let them. So Servassier Dennis, KJ Britt, Zion McCollum, maybe Dee Delaney, depending on who's playing cornerback. Christian Izien is in there as well. Maybe Derek Pitts Jr. is going to be in there. These are the types of guys that need to step up in the absence of the big-time players that are going to be out or potentially out. We're going to have to wait and see. But also, Devin White is going to be a big part of this also. Devin White needs to have a good game, my man. He needs to have a good game. Also, familiar face going up against the Bucs is Matt Gay, the former Tampa Bay Buccaneers 5th-round draft pick. There's a lot of just interesting connections between the Colts and the Bucs. Matt Gay was a part of the team. You also have Gardner Minshew, the Bucs have played before. You have Michael Pittman Jr., who's a big weapon for them. Just so many different guys. Also, Gardner Minshew is tied to the Bucs possibly this past offseason, so that's another connection there. Defensively, the Indianapolis Colts did just get rid of Shaq. His name's not Shaq Thompson. The name is Shaq Leonard. There we go. Shaq Leonard was just a guy who they got rid of. That certainly helps this Buccaneers offense, absolutely. Zaire Franklin is their lead tackler with 117 tackles on the year. In terms of quarterback hits, DeForest Buckner is still there doing some very interesting things. You have Dayo Ode Ingbo, who is also there with 11 quarterback hits. They have 5 and 6 sacks respectively. This has been a Colts pass rush that can get after the quarterback. So the Bucs are certainly going to need to be careful. And it's good that Tristan Wirfs is fully healthy. That is certainly going to help out a lot. Kwity Paye is there. You have Samson Ebukam is there. You have Tyquan Lewis in there also as some interesting, let's say, rotational types of guys. In the secondary, you've got Julian Blackmon. You've got Kenny Moore. You've got Rodney Thomas. Julian Brents is in there. So this is a defense that has some interesting names in there. But again, you're the 26th team in giving up points. This offense has got to take advantage of this. You need to see Mike Evans get a healthy amount of targets. You need to see Chris Godwin get worked in there more, considering what we saw last week. You need to see more of Chris Godwin. Rachaad White, I think, could possibly have a big day here if he is given the opportunity. In terms of rushing, the Colts have the 25th ranked rushing defense in terms of yards given up and the 30th in terms of rushing touchdowns given up. Got to take advantage of that. This could be a very big game for Rachaad White if you really take advantage of these opportunities that the defense is possibly going to allow you to have. And this is a winnable game for the Bucs. I will say that absolutely. This is a winnable game. It's a game that they need to win to get back on track in the NFC playoff race if they want to have a chance. Also, Grant Stewart, former Tampa Bay Buccaneers, on this Colts team, former draft pick. But this is the game that the Bucs need to win. Point blank simple as that. Is it the end of their season if they lose? No, but it's pretty close. It's pretty close, man. You got to win this game. Point blank simple as that. The Colts are a team that you can defeat, but you're really going to have to play some sound football. You can't let the offensive duo of Zach Moss and Jonathan Taylor take advantage of you. You got to take advantage of the opportunities on offense. Looking at you, Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, Baker Mayfield, Rachaad White. Those four guys need to go out there and make some plays. Also, David Moore got elevated to the active roster for this game. I'm excited about that. Let's see what David Moore can do. And yeah, you gotta have those guys step up in case of injury. Devin White, need a big game from Devin White. Servassier Dennis, KJ Britt, Zahn McCollum, Derek Pitts Jr., probably D. Delaney somewhere in there as well. Those are the guys that need to step up on defense. I mean, also Vita Vea, Kalijah Kancey, of course. Yaya Diaby. We're going to need a lot of, you're going to need a lot of guys to step up. And I'm excited to see the possibility of them stepping up. And let's see if they can get the job done, folks. But guys, let me know your thoughts and opinions about this down in the comment section below. Also, this is a Colts team that is averaging, they've only scored less than 20 points in one game this year. It was against the New England Patriots. So this is a Colts team that can score some points. We'll see if the Buccaneers defense can get the job done. Also offensively as well, because this is a Colts defense that has given up a lot of points. So we need to see this team come together and play as a complete team so they can get back on track and get back into that playoff hunt. Guys, let me know your thoughts and opinions about this game down in the comment section below. Give me your score predictions. I'd love to hear that as well. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Hope you all enjoyed. As always, I will see you all in the next video or the next live stream. It's going to be tomorrow for the game reaction live stream. Stay tuned for that as well, my friends. Anyway, see you all in the next video or the next live stream. But until then, and as always, guys, goodbye for now, and go Bucs.